Should be on now. Should be on. Should be on now. Hello? Hello? Hello, how are you? Okay, got 3 people who may or may not be watching, but let's get this going. Let's get this started. This is not working. Let me check. Okay, it should be working now. Should be working now. Okay, 5 people here. Great. Let's get this started. Oh, should we show this chat? No, let's hide the chat for 1 second. 1 second. Let's get this going. Okay. I need my ChatGPT ready. This is a ChatGPT session. Okay, and 3.5%. We've got to get this going. 3.5%. Hello. Hello, Sarar. Ahmed. Hey there. Jason. How's your day going? Hey guys. Straight to the distro questions from Ahmed. I'm just using a MacBook. But hey guys, double check the comment section. It shows the today's agenda. If you can see I have an agenda today, so we're going to go through these. This is not maximizing. There we go. I have an agenda for today, and it's basically questions which I'll be asking ChatGPT tech related. So we have a first section of 3 questions which I'll be asking, and you guys can help if you know the answer. We have a non-tech related talk. Japan news. So I'll be talking about today. I saw Pewdiepie at my station. That's my news today. Food talk. Cocoichi curry is OP. That's today's food talk. And we need to talk about the waifu. And we're going to talk about Japanese women in IT companies. Some things about this, which is maybe you need to know, or maybe you have experience on. So that's the main topics for today. Of course, this is a tech-related show. But I think just doing tech and seeing me code is quite boring for most people. So we're going to spice it up with some cocoichi curry talk, some waifu talk, some popular people news. So hey Jason, how's it going? Thank you for joining. Thank you guys for joining. I've only got less than 20 each time, but for all 20 of you guys, whoever join, or 5 of you, I really appreciate it. Floriola smack on my teddy boosters 3. Good morning, Neo. Good morning. Whichever country it is the morning. But I've opened up a can of got to put this can in of super dry. 3.5% mild alcohol. It runs. It's quite an easy drink. It's really, it's not so bad. It's not so harsh on you. Just something to sip on during the stream. And if things get based by the waifu talk, we've got some a little bottle of Red Label, around 600 yen for this one. This will help me tell you the secrets of the waifu as an expert in the waifu department. Just let me close that door behind me real quick. We got 10 people in the stream now. If you're here, feel free to say hello. You don't have to be a tech person. This is all going to be tech, mostly tech, but we're going to spice it up with some news, some food talk, and some waifu talk. Oh, Diego, I'm an expert on the waifu topic. I've spent multiple hours on numerous websites searching this information. I'm in the all corners of the internet trying to understand what's happening in the waifu department. But maybe, Diego, you can help, because I think you may know one or two things about the waifu department in Japan. specifically companies that hire a lot of young women workers. We're going to talk about that. You're going to see it in the IT world, and we're just going to see what ideas come from that, what we think about this, and should we be careful? You be careful out there, fellas. You got to keep yourself safe. No, nothing's going on in this office. We do not. I'm not going to say that sentence. Whoops. So we're going to say Shu Gyosha says, looking forward to the cocoichi topic. Hey, curry's serious business in Japan. And I know you guys in the stream love that curry. So we're going to have a curry talk. And no, I know there might be some guys from India telling me that your curry is better. Hey, I'm not arguing which curry is better. I'm just saying, if you look at the image of this video, of this stream, curry, Japanese curry, is, as a French would call it, magnifique. Magnifique? What do French call it, guys? You can help me. French, Italians are magnifica. Magnifico. Magnifico? Is that Spanish? You guys help me. And then what's Portuguese? Magnification or something. Magnificio. You guys help me out with the languages. Tech talk, spicy talk, and what we need is what we need. Yep. I want to smack on my Teddy Booster 3. He's the goat in the apartment. Boss girl talk? Andre, not boss girl talk, but I think it's office eye candy talk, and the techniques that some of these Japanese companies use to keep men in the office, and also to do things like improve sales, saleswomen, things like that. We're going to talk about that a bit later on, towards the later half. Diego says, be careful, kings. Yep, be careful. From kings to peasants you will become if you are not careful. Shu Gyosha says, I have important cocoa questions. Yep, we all do. We have important cocoa questions. Every season there's a new cocoichi curry, and you've got to try each one. You've got to find which is the right one for you. Because those memories are priceless. Okay, Shu Gyosha says, I can't even read French. You can't say the T in French. C'est magnifique. 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 Okay, we've got Diego with the Portuguese here. Magnifico is Portuguese. Magnifico. I'm saying it the wrong tone. Office eye candy. Yep, there's a lot of that. Hey, Diego, you know there's a lot of that. A lot of interns around here. Those job positions with a bunch of girls in the picture. He, until the police come, then it's hoo. Whoops. And so we're gonna go through some dev talk, guys. Okay, look, I'm a soy dev, self-proclaimed. I'm admitting to that. First off, kanpai, otsukare. It's Wednesday night here in Japan. 9:18. I'm unemployed and I was looking for projects, applying. Things are going great. This is a stream mostly about tech questions a soy dev wants to know, but I feel stupid asking. So you can check the description for the list of questions. I'm going to ask ChatGPT, and if you know the answer, you better tell me in the chat. You better tell me real quick. You get 10 points for that. What are you going to do with those points? Find out someday. Yeah, that was a few sips. I'm not nursing this one. But we've got backup, boys. The Waifu Talk will not disappoint. Okay? We want to keep it clean. We're going to keep it precise. It's going to be type safe. Don't worry, we're going to be real safe for this one, fellas. My permanent residency will not be compromised from this video. We're going to the first question. For today's agenda, I have a soy dev question. Let me burp. That curry was magnifique. Magnifico? Magnifique. Okay, so the question is, look, why can't I just make my website in divs? Okay, guys, can anyone tell me? There's a bit of a delay with my video, with my chatting, and this. The guys chat. So can anyone tell me why can't I just make my website in divs? Why do I have to use labels, H1s, tables? Why do I have to use tables? Why can't I just use divs? Tell me why, guys. I want to know why. Be honest. Be honest, guys. Tell me why. Peter says you will break the screen render with all divs. You will break the screen render with all divs. Oh, okay. I don't understand what that means, but I wanna put it in ChatGPT and see what are the answers that I know that there's one thing I know is that things like SEO, you're better off using H1, you're better off using articles and sections. So scraping, it's better for scraping. But beyond that, I don't know why. I think of it as Lego blocks. Imagine if all Lego blocks were the same. That would be a pretty bad analogy there. Jason says there's an actual HTML validation tools like XML that could be why, but I do not even know. That's the part. Okay, I get it. You have to use inputs for inputs. But Peter says here you will break the screen render with all divs. The screen render. Want to look into that, Peter? Thank you. I know you're in front end. You're pretty good there, but we're going to try ChatGPT. Help me out here. Screen render. Sorry, screen reader. You're right. Screen reader, not render. Sorry, it's late. Okay, semantics and accessibility. HTML offers semantic tags like header, footer, article, and nav, which convey the structure and meaning of your content. These elements help search engines and assistive technologies like screen readers. Oh, better understand. That's what Peter was telling me about just now. Oh, thank you, Alex. Alex, please check today's agenda and remember that towards the 2/3, the Waifu Talk, Cocoichi Talk, Japan News. I saw Pewdiepie at the station. We're going to talk about that. I said nothing, but we're going to talk about that. Yeah, Peter's the man. I already know from my other stream that Peter knows what he's talking about. Okay, and he's in Japan. Woodchuck says, yo, what's up? Hey, Woodchuck, we are finding out why can't I just make my website in divs? It's something I'm finding. So number one is screen readers cannot understand your content. So I want to find out what is a screen reader. See, these kind of things you might be asked in an interview. You just never know. Screen reader. Screen readers are software programs that allow you to blind or visually impaired users read the text that they displayed on the computer screen. Okay, so it's for accessibility. This is accessibility to people with who are blind or visually impaired. Understood. Makes sense. SEO. Okay, now SEO is one we know. I understand SEO, but look, is SEO really working these days? Is SEO really working these days? If I go to this here and I chat and I put in work IT. Look, my website's all Japan website. So work IT in Japan, right? So let's see what comes up here. It's all these websites here, right? So does it really work? Should it really work? But look here, let's check now. Videos. You can't see me do my thumbs to myself. Wait. Let me do my thumbs to myself. I'm on the top. Can you guys check if I'm on the top for work IT in Japan? That's going to be awesome. Look at that. Number one, number two. Who's that? Who cares? Don't care. Who cares? Too clean, too nice. We don't do nice around here. Look at that. I'm up there. Me and my interview with Paul Roberts. I'm dominating. What about freelance? There you go. My SEO is in YouTube. YouTube SEO. So now, okay, screen readers, I understand. SEO, no one's going to check that. Maintainability. Number 3 is maintainability. Okay, we just got some Waifu Talk in the chat. We've got to check up. We've got to check some. Alex says, my company. Okay, wait, there's a lot of chats going on when I was thumbing myself like this. Japan curry is great. The bar next to my house turned into another Indian curry place. Okay, I mean, I like Indian curry, but I like it. I like the bar too. Look, Indian curry's great, but cocoichi and Japanese curry is number 1 for me. Alex says, my company in Japan is still looking for a senior front-end dev if you're still looking. Alex, you should ask Peter for that. He's a front-end senior dev. I'm a soy dev. And, you know, I feel bad scamming people in my community of my skills. For my pay, for the amount I meant, for the amount of money I demand, I don't think I'm really worth it, to be honest. Peter says, although I don't think people really care accessibility in Asia. That's true. That is true. That is true. Jason says, Ayo, was that because when I searched work in Japan or freelance, I came up. Me and my doggo, number 1. Guys, we made it. We made it. What about images? There we go, guys. That's it. That's all I wanted. Just a Google search. Okay, I'm not going to get it in the websites have all the real estate. They have all the real estate. So maintainability, which part of your page you're working on. Okay, I get maintainability. It is easier to understand when you have a label and an input, right? It is easier to understand when you say table. But once you go into like deeper tables, like, okay, let's look at when you use a headless UI. Headless UI tables, right? You don't really need to use a table, right? TanStack. Do you really need to use a table? The code becomes so much jargon that couldn't you just use divs? Like even spans, why do we need to use it as a span? If we know that every single div will have the same, the rules to a span is different to the rules of a div. The rules of a p tag is different to a rule of a div. But if we have one rule for all, then wouldn't that be better? Isn't that nicer? I don't know. That's what I thought. We mold the div however we want it to be molded into. I love a div soup. Who doesn't love div soup? It's amazing. Okay, so maintainability, I get it, but come on. Is it really that better maintained? With an H1 tag when you know the component name is called header. The component is called header. The component would just be a div. Tell me why, guys. Is this a soy dev just talking about things he doesn't understand? Look, browser and style behavior. Semantic elements that often come with default styling and behavior that reflects their purpose. For example, button, div. Yes, yes, yes. But what about link? We're always changing things like link. We always change the default. Look, button is changed. You basically give the button a facelift these days. You don't even need on. You just every div can have on click. What am I missing? I want to check the chat. Shugyosha says, I got a call from my wife applicant. What was the answer to the divs? The divs is a multiple answers here. Semantic accessibility, which, depending on who you want to reach out to, is not so important. Search engine optimization, no one cares about this anymore. It's pretty useless. Maintainability, well, you're making your own divs. You're making your own components. and then browser and style behavior. It says here, if you use div for everything, you might end up writing more CSS or JavaScript to replicate behaviors that semantic elements handle naturally. But you're also removing a lot of these. And look, if you're using a link, and let's say you're using a Next.js, you're just using like a next link. So you won't really use it. And the buttons are facelift up. You facelift everything. Best practices. Modern development standards encourage the use of wide range of HTML tags, which improve both performance and usability. What performance? What performance? I saw tables are pretty bad. I thought tables are not good. That's what I thought. I always thought tables are slow and maybe something in HTML. I'll ask her. Anyway, that's all I got, which is for me it's a nothing burger. So are tables BLES, are tables slow? I'll ask now. Not inherently slow, but their performance can be affected depending on how they are used and the context of the website or web application. Here are some factors concerning rendering complexity. Small tables, large tables. Okay, we're all doing large tables has pagination and a whole bunch of things inside of it. It could be thumbnails, buttons, drop downs. There's all types of things. Responsiveness. Okay, so they're not so responsive. You need additional CSS. So you're giving it facelifts. You might as well just write your own table with CSS or with divs. I didn't know this would turn into I just want to use divs video. I love a div soup. CSS grid and flexbox. Yeah, we can just use divs for this. Thanks. Anyone else going to tell me that we should use proper? I mean, you're probably right though, and I'm just that's why I'm the soy dev, and you guys are better devs. Woodchuck said you are on the top for me too. Oh, thanks Woodchuck for checking. That's the power of YouTube. SEO's everything for you. Okay, Woodchuck says, I'm looking for a Go Postgres backend. I don't know Nest. Oh yeah, go with Go and Postgres. You don't need Nest. Nest is very few companies use Nest. Good to learn though. Nest is fun. It's predictable. There are rules. So Jason says, even in Spain, SEO chat. Even in Spain. That's me. That's off WWE, that Rob Van Dam guy. Or like pro wrestlers, the people do like that. King of Tekken 8. Alex M says, how's job hunting going? Let me burp for a second. It's going great. Levitech has a project for me from next month. So it's a 1 month trial. If they like me, it's like a 1 year contract. So I'll be fine. Either way, I'll be fine. I've got savings for nearly a year of rent and stuff. So if anything happens, I'm still good. Diego says, throw a div soup there. Tastes delicious. It certainly does. So why can't my website just use this so that the answers that I will just quickly write them down is, sorry, just a second. Semantic and accessibility. Because, someone might ask you that if you're a senior dev, they might, if you're going to become a senior dev, they might throw these kind of questions at you, right? And the thing is, they probably prepared these answers. They're watching my YouTube channel, and they are going to hire a senior front-end engineer. And they will ask, why can't we just use divs? And then you would have to go, oh, geez, I'm glad I watched I watched the Devippo show, and now I know why. There you go. Anyone else? Diego says, and the checkbox and radio buttons that you need to hide the original and create a fake. Everything is fake. Diego is the man here. He is correct. Checkbox and radio buttons that you hide the original and create a fake. Everything is fake. That's what I'm saying. Shall we just create our own divs, turn it to a circle, on click, add some other circle in front of it, like make your own components for these forms. Is this a stupid idea? Am I gonna get shunned by YouTuber front end soy YouTubers with mustaches? Could be. PJ says, "Good evening. I guess it's time for a beer." PJ, I'm onto it. 3.5. We got the beer. There's gonna be Pewdiepie talk, tech talk with ChatGPT answering all my soy dev questions. Cocoichi talk. That's number 3. And then at the end, it's going to be wife talk. We're going to talk about the waifus in the office in Tokyo, Japan, especially in the IT offices. There's quite a bit of that going around. We're going to talk about this tactic used by some companies for sales, keeping engineers inside, things of that nature. Okay, Van says, how do you deal with API calls when you work on your project? How do you deal with API calls? How do you deal with API calls? Elaborate. Okay, I'm gonna last stream I talked a lot about testing, and I'm thinking to myself lately, what's the point of testing? Of course, testing is ideal and we should do it. 100% coverage, okay, I've got it. You told the clients 100% coverage. This project is 3 months overdue, and you want to test everything? Or you want the illusion of a test working with some checkboxes that go green? So is this, or what's the point? Before I click yes, I'll just quickly check the chats here. Woodchuck says, just make everything a div. Why not? Yeah, why not? PW says, Nest has concepts used in other frameworks. PJ is right there, guys. Nest, I've used it for a bit before. I like it because it forces you to use a standard. If you're using like Node.js and Express like I have, there is no standard. So at first you just make spaghetti code or just absolute horse manure code. Then later on you start to find your own way on how to make your code cleaner. And you use things like services, separating routes, like all these things like this, making your own middleware. So instead of learning by yourself, Nest will just make you write decorators, which for me feels like middleware of some sort. Okay, so Woodchuck says, Shu Gyosha says, you can't use all divs. I think you need inputs. You're right. So let's say all divs instead except for inputs, and even select pull downs. Even pull downs I've made pull downs by myself. It sounds really stupid, but I did. I made my own pull downs. It sounds like a bit too much, but I made my own. I don't know if it's correct. Okay, Woodchuck says, learning Kubernetes and realize it's just a bunch of YAML files. I think that's what a lot of the DevOps are. PJ says, let's ChatGPT pop some custom components for radio buttons. Should be fine. Yeah. Okay. Oh, wait. Chuck says, how spicy do you go in cocoichi? I'm a good level 4. But hey, that's illegal. In my table, that's illegal. Number 4 is too high. That's too much. Number 4 curry is spicy, guys. That is not. We might postpone the Pewdiepie news, and we're gonna debate curry, Japanese curry, and cocoichi. We're gonna go here. Shu Gyosha says, I tried to make my own textbook input once, but it was difficult because you have to draw the cursor yourself and calculate the width of all characters so you know where to draw it, etc. Not in HTML. I was making it in DirectX. Okay, what is DirectX? What is DirectX? Oh, this looks like some Microsoft mumbo jumbo. Looks painful. That's DirectX, guy. Painful mumbo jumbo. by Microsoft. Smack on my titty booster 3 says to build a web page, to put up a web page, the only divs I like creating are cathedral from Marestone, forsaking the spires and windows that give it grace and purpose unknown. No idea what you're on about, but full speed. Full speed or Godspeed? Godspeed. But Express IMO is the best for learning how to understand how HTTP protocol works. Yes, I think PJ is right about that. Sound good to me. Woodchuck says, I'm a soy back end. Peter says, so you will have evidence on the court to defend yourself when company tried to sue you for not completing the project. Oh, this is the answer for what's the point of unit testing and E2E testing. Now, second thought, there's definitely a JavaScript library out there for JavaScript-based inputs. Diego says, I created carousel from scratch. Okay, there's too many chats now, guys. Quickly, want to check from now the reason why we should be testing, the purpose of unit integration and E2E. This is like the cookie cutter answer, right? But we're going to take this cookie cutter answer, and we're going to apply it to the most projects that we are working on, that I've been working on. It's my case. Testing to ensure that software works and intended at different levels of development process, helping to catch bugs early and improve code quality. Here's a breakdown of each. Help to catch bugs early. Okay. Test individual units of code, usually functions or methods in isolation from other parts of the application. Focus. Each unit is tested independently to ensure it behaves correctly with different inputs and edge cases. So let's say we have a button. Let's say we have an input and we have validations on it. We want to make sure that in the form, that if you try to submit the form, you cannot if your required fields are empty. So we're going to throw we're going to use some edge cases, like someone puts in the wrong text. That's my understanding. Why is it important? Unit tests ensure that the smallest part of the code are working as expected. They are fast to run and help developers quickly catch issues with specific components of the code base. But that's a problem where I see with some projects I've been on, front end, is that they say the 100% testing, right? But it's all just unit tests, which of course they are great. But this is like not going to be the biggest issue of your application. It's probably the biggest issues will be the integration and E2E tests, which is kind of strange. I don't understand. Well, it's just that I don't know. You guys tell me why is it like that with the companies I've worked with? Like these kind of small tests, it really, from my experience, it rarely is the main issue. Oh well, actually, there are some cases where these small integration tests purpose to test how different modules or units of the application work together. Focus the interactions between components and ensuring that they integrate properly when combined. Why is it important? The integration test helps identify issues that might occur when unit interacts with each other. So you're putting a bunch of components or a bunch of functions together and running it to see if it is working as expected or as not expected. Let's check the chats for 1 second there. People yapping. What's happening? DirectX is an old gamer's friend. DevOps are ops that can do coding, says Woodchuck. And then Peacemaker. Hey, welcome, Peacemaker. Kubernetes, Docker, CI/CD are scary names. Sorry, I'm a noob. Yeah, hey, Peacemaker, it's fine. It's scary for even people who are not noobs. This is scary stuff. You make one mistake, you're done. Woodchuck wants to be part of the soy club, but we all know he is the base Go dev. Yet we all know, hey, if you do Go, you are not soy. Soy is for the express jet devs like me. Van Van says, I mean, do you use Axios for API stuff? Oh, Van Van, yes. If you're using, you can use Axios. My last project used TanStack Query. So Axios, what else is there? What else is there, guys? Axios versus what? I don't use fetch. Versus, no one uses Ajax. So I use TanStack Query. The reason we use this is because it was connected with the server-side code. It was connected with server-side. So you can connect with, geez, don't show me that. The server-side in the project was Golang, and for some reason, TanStack Query was connected. So how do you connect TanStack with Golang? How would I do this? There was a way to use, oh, it's like a gRPC. What is that? What is the one used for Golang? gRPC. So we're using something where the server-side code would generate TanStack queries for us that we could use, TanStack hooks. Someone in the chat knows what am I talking about when you connect. It's like, it's not everything is gRPC, right? There's different types. There are similar libraries or similar ways to. There are other ways to connect your front end and back end to have the same queries. Well, you know what I mean. Okay, we're gonna check the chat real quick. If you want to be base, you code Rust or something else with crazy complexity. Hard for me, my small brain. Base but soy. Soy a drink of alcohol. Question for you, Tyrone, says Raf. Sugar Yorsha says, purpose of unit testing, you should know when things break when you change things. Oh, that's a good take there. When you change it, you know when it would break. I see. So it's more of so when things break. That's a good answer for an interview. Cheers. Ref says, would you consider retiring in Japan if not for wanting your kids to be educated in New Zealand? I talked about this in my other videos. I would prefer the child educated. Okay, this is the time span from 5 until 18. 5 until 15, 16. Oh, well, that's a hard time in life. From 5 until 15, New Zealand. Then from 15 up, they go to Japan. And then once they like graduate university, or maybe they don't do university, they can decide which country they want to live, or they can live anywhere they want. But I think having an education in New Zealand is what I prefer. PJ says for React you can do server-side rendering and built-in ones from Node. It's like a TRPC, says Diego. gRPC versus REST. I just like good old REST. Woodchuck says I used to use SQLC to generate code from SQL queries. But anyway, there's a way to do it so that your hooks, you just get returned build. You just get hooks that you can use. I gotta check here, maybe somewhere it's. Anyway, that's I should just check here maybe quickly. Oh no, we have to read E2E testing, guys, quickly. I want to quickly read E2E. We're gonna learn something that's helpful for these damn interviews, okay? Not everything is lead. They're gonna ask you these test questions. So unit, just testing small parts, small code integration, testing multiple pieces of code at once. But I think this is a bit tricky as well, because you don't want to test every single piece of code together. if we don't have time, right? So I think we just test the important, like let's say the login, forgot password. Maybe, I mean, you're going to have a lot of mocks, I suppose, for that. But things like, let's say you have a component that renders multiple components. That's what I just said. Let's say a table where you render multiple job postings, and on that job postings, there's things like thumbnails, drop downs, buttons. We want to make sure that when the data comes in, when we have data that runs through these components, it works as intended. Okay, there you go. That's my smart answer to get me that 100K plus job. End-to-end testing, which I've done quite a few times. Purpose of end-to-end is to test the entire application from user perspective, ensuring that all parts of the system work together as expected in real scenarios. Focus the user flow from UI to the database, simulating actual user interactions. Why is this so? We're giving an example. Log in, then after they log in, they see their dashboard. That's the first thing they see. When they upload, let's say you're doing a job post website, when the company uploads a new job post, after it's uploaded, we will go to the dashboard and it will show a list of uploaded job postings. So that flow is quite important to test, but we would need a running website for that. E2E needs some type of, what would you call it? Something like Cypress, Cypress run server. You need to run your server somewhere else. You need to run your website somewhere else. Isn't it Cypress? Isn't this what you guys do? Cypress E2E testing. Where's a good example? Okay. Where is this? Where is this? Where's an example? Okay, you visit this website. The Cypress does this. We're making a test, template spec. It passes if you visit this website. Okay, we visit. Where's the click? Where are the actions? Expect true to equal true. Okay, no, I don't know why you need that. We want to do some action. Where's the action parts? Show us the damn actions. We want to show this. Okay, this one here. This is silly. They're just showing this. I want to see like a button click success. Contains type. What is contains type? Doesn't contain type. We want to see a button click. Okay, this is just assertions for, okay, contains type. You click the type and then it should go to another URL. So this is an end-to-end test, checking that. It's like checking route changes on clicks. And then you add fake emails to some type of login. Can we see an example here? We're looking for that email and we're going to put in an email, a fake email using so you type fake email and then you check that that text input should contain the email fakeemail.com at .com. So that's basically what an E2E test is. And I've made it becomes really slow. Your build gets really slow. You can't test everything. You don't have time for this stuff because you have to check. And they are quite flaky. They're quite flaky, guys. So one time it works and then some other times it doesn't work. That's my experience. That was quite a few years ago. And that's E2E. I'm not going to read the rest. The why they all three are important. Unit testing catches issues early in individual components. So your login component, just the input itself, we have certain rules in it and we can test the rules or how that component actually works and how it doesn't work. Integration test ensures different parts of the system work well together. So that let's say a form, then an E2E is the actual user's perspective from entering the email and clicking submit. Okay, we answered that pretty easily. So is it a waste of time? Is there any points of this? Yes, there is. Do I have time to write this? No, I don't. Next question. Woodchuck says, PJ says, we're learning. Learning, I don't know if anyone here watches The Simpsons, a bit older. What are hooks? Are they like handler functions? Hooks are functions that kind of return some type of state and react. That's what a hook is. Let me show me a hook for react. That's my easiest way to, simpler way for me to explain what a hook is a function that returns state and state manipulator, a setter and a getter. But that's a terrible way to explain it. There's probably a better way. That's good. That's a good question for interviews. What is a hook? And I'll say, come here, and I go, boom, that's what a hook is, brother. Give me that damn job and go to jail. Okay. We're going to see, did you get, okay, so someone asked, did you get a chance to say hi to Pewds? No, I didn't. I just saw him. I saw him and I thought, oh, he's the man. I don't watch him, but I thought, oh, he's so cool. I like him. I don't watch his stuff at all. You know, back in the days, you'd watch a few of his stuff, and you get caught up in his you know, he's quite a funny guy. He's a likable guy, incredibly likable. He lost his edginess, I think, you know, after he got in trouble. But you know, good on him. He's doing his thing, enjoying Japan. All I see in my offices are bujo. Where are the waifus at? Itchy nut. I don't know what that word means, but I'm feeling itchy and nut are together, and that is not a that's a R18. Peter says, potential answer, reading unit tests gives better understanding for the code base. Sorry, it's got a burp. This bear is I'm talking a lot while I'm bearing. Okay, Peter gives a great example. Peter's the man here, guys. You got to listen to him. Potential answer, reading unit tests gives better understanding for the code base, so newcomers can become productive faster. Docs are usually out of date. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good explanation. Unit test helps the newcomers, people coming into the project, understand how this is working. Like, I mean, that's like pretty much to understand the components, how the components work together would be storybook, I guess, yeah. And then with storybook, each storybook would have a unit test with it. Some type of unit test. If the storybook is multiple components together, that would be an integration test. Yeah, sounds good to me. I just wish I had time. Diego says, if someone develops for his living as a developer, how will we call someone that uses React hooks a lot? Oh, are you trying to trick me into, hey Diego, are you trying to trick me here into saying something? Are you trying to trick me? If someone develops for his living is a developer, can you guys help me out here? If someone develops for his living is a developer, what would we call someone that uses React hooks a lot? What do we call this guy who uses hooks a lot? Can you guys write in the chat what would we call a person who just develops hooks? Okay, so Itchy Nut says, I'm just calling you Itchy Nut. Sorry, that's I'm not reading your name. I don't know how to read that. You're called Itchy Nut, okay? This is my stream. I make the rules around here. Alexandra says, Kusa. I don't know how to read Kusa. I just read it Kusa, and it makes people laugh. Show me a React hook. Show me a hook React. So here's a hook. Here's a simple hook. Now you're good. You're good. Itchy nut. You're fine. It just seems more fun to call you something else. So okay, now we're just giving a use effect as well. Wait, come on, wait. Does a hook need a use effect? I thought we don't need a user to be. Wait. I thought a hook doesn't need a use. I thought a hook doesn't need a use effect. You're right. A hook doesn't always need to use effect. A hook and react are just reusable functions that can use other built-in hooks like useState or useEffect. So a hook uses other hooks. A hook uses other hooks. Yeah, kusa is a grass, means a waro is a W, so it keeps going W, looks like grass. So there you guys go. This is the most simple hook, a use toggle. And then you would use that hook in a function, in a component. This is an on-click. When you on-click, you set the state of toggle to is toggled true or is toggled false. Is toggled on and off. Okay, and that is a simple hook. At first, for non-React developers, it looks like a bit of a mess, but the more you use it, the more you realize it's just this. You're just getting this state inside a component, but it's not just that. It's not just that. And we're not going to talk about this topic right now because one more question I'll check before I talk about PewDiePie's. Oh wait, let's talk about cocoichi curry. This is what the juicy stuff. PewDiePie's can go later. We're going to talk about the cocoichi curry, but just quickly, relative to the actual programming, is there a set amount of time? And this is a silly question, but like relative to a feature or just programming coding, how much time should we use? Is there a way to make this larger? Yeah, a bit larger there. I think people can't read the size. Okay, that's much better. Sorry guys, I didn't realize that it's so tiny on this screen. So it goes, how much time should be used to write tests relative to the feature? Which what I want to know is, should we be spending more time, like 30% of the time, writing tests? My dog's scratching himself. Hey buddy, why don't you go sleep on the bed? It's too bright here. Sorry, my dog has to get into the go. Come on. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Yeah. I gotta send him to sleep so you can get a front face of his sleepy face. Hey buddy, let's go sleep. Okay, yeah, sorry, just had to put him in it's a bit too bright here for him and he's getting annoyed at me, so. Okay, how much time should I spend on testing? This is a real question now, guys. Relative to the feature, development can vary depending on the complexity, scoping, okay, I know what you're trying to say here. You're trying to make me get my tongue twisted. Criticality. I've never used that. Criticality. What a mess. Critically. Let's just skip that word for now, guys. Yes, English is my first language. Okay, however, a commonly recommended guideline is to allocate around 20 to 30% of the total development time to writing tests. Hey, there we go. 20 to 30%. It's that easy, guys. So if it takes 1 hour to make the feature, 20 to 30% of the hour, that's a lot of time, guys. I want to know what you guys think about this. I know there are some seniors here. So Woodchuck says, I just don't want to check the chat here. Woodchuck says, so I guess to make something like a hook in iGo, I would use Go routines and channels in an infinite loop or something. I have no idea what you're on about, but do not look into hooks if you're doing Golang. This will just, I don't think you even can use hooks in Golang, or there's no need for it in Golang. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's not really relevant. It's about state. It's mostly state management related stuff. State management and state sharing. I don't know how backend would use things like hooks. Maybe someone knows state and hooks. Okay, Itchy Nut says, I want to get started with Go, but I like, where do I start? I made a Golang Python base RAG application some months ago, but I built around concurrency. How do I start? No idea. Just make something. Shub says, Ayo, thanks for all the information you put, man. Really appreciate it. Hey, Shubham, you're very welcome. I put a lot of time and effort into, I don't put a lot of time and effort, but it takes about 4 hours for your average video, 3 to 4 hours to make. So, hey, if it helps you or if it makes you understand something in a different light, awesome. I really appreciate you watching. Anyway, Woodchuck says concurrency is great if you want to build a background service that do something at the same time as your main program. Oh, nice. Concurrency. I made a Go routine worker that scans the file changes in a folder. So just wait. You run something in the background while other things are running. Is that the simple explanation? Nice. I'll look into this word in terms for Node.js a bit later on. Let me just write that down. Concurrency, check in Node how to do it. And maybe once I see an example, I think it's a lot easier to understand. Infinite loop to check for state of the files to react. Okay, that makes sense. There's some type of a while loop. While is true or something, or setting a time for every 10 seconds to check something, and then set the timeout once that state is changed. Or okay, we can find a million ways to do this. Shugyosha says, depending on the needs for the project, really personally for a startup, I'm not writing many tests because I want to get. That's interesting. Now, if it's a startup, and if they're well funded, you get paid quite well. You can get paid quite well for that, and you get paid quite well. You get paid quite well, and you're not writing. It's interesting now, right? Because your value as an engineer is to ship things as fast as you can without it being buggy. I mean, that's like, you're going two things going in opposite directions. You want something fast and you don't want it to be buggy. If you have a few bugs, you can sort it out later. But the value that you can offer is pretty, it's a lot of value. And if you get paid well, you get paid well. But if you go to another company, they go, you don't know how to do it this way. We value this type of engineer that can write tests for 20 to 30% of the total development time. We want all three tests. The value in those engineers are that they are precise. Is it the word concise? Is that another word? They are quite rigid about these types of tests and this type of development where it takes a lot longer, but the final product is solid. And I think there's a value for that too. I am the latter, of course. I am a soy dev, so I will ship fast and not care about anything. And when you ship things so fast that you don't care about anything, you usually get better. That's my take. You get better at shipping fast. And then now he says, Shugyosha says, for a stable product, maybe 50-50 is a good idea. 50-50. I mean, yeah, that's test-driven development, but I don't know anyone who's ever written production paid work using test-driven development. You write the test before you write the actual code. Peter says, I think Peter's a senior front end. 20%, ain't nobody got time for that yet. Nobody got time for that. Nobody got time for that. Peacemaker says, so you guys don't use Create React App in production? I would use it, but I think people are using something else these days. People, all types of people use. I'm pretty sure people still use Create React App. Who here uses it? That is a React developer. You let me know. Woodchuck says, yes, Go routine works. Go routines work at the same time. Go routines are the best for concurrency. Before we go to the cocoichi curry, I want to quickly check what is concurrency. Show me an example in Node.js. Show me an example in Node.js. Anyway, back to that 20% to 30% time on writing tests. Okay, well, I spend 0 time writing tests, so save time and make more things. Concurrency refers to the ability of a system to handle multiple tasks at the same time, as Woodchuck explained, or overlapping in execution. In the context of programming, concurrency allows tasks to make progress without necessarily waiting for the one task to finish before starting another. So I'm guessing you wouldn't have more than 2 concurrencies at once. Like, what is I wonder what the threshold for like your simple server, like running on one, let's say in Node.js, you're running on one core. How many concurrent functions? I mean, it probably depends on what it's computing in the function, but I mean, I guess there's a limit and you wouldn't probably want to do more than 2 or 3. Anyway, concurrency allows a task to make progress without necessarily waiting for one task to finish before starting another. Okay, I'm trying to think of a front end when we do things like async await or promise all, how that would work. Maybe it's doing that inside the actual library. In Node.js, concurrency is achieved by using its event-driven non-blocking I/O model. Node.js uses single-threaded event loop. We all know this stuff, right? But it's good to remember this and repeat it after me. To handle multiple operations asynchronously, meaning that it can perform other tasks while waiting for I/O operations like file reading or network requests to complete. Which is one of the reasons why people say Node is good, because it's good for this type of non-blocking I/O. But I don't really know. I'm pretty sure other programming languages can do that. I don't know. I'm pretty sure. I don't think Node is the greatest or anything. I just used it because it's easy as a front-end engineer. Excuse me for that louder slurp. Well, in this example, we'll demonstrate 2 concurrent operations using set timeout to simulate asynchronous task. As I thought, it would be something like set timeout. This will set in 2 seconds. This will log in 1 second. Oh, so this is just running just like that, just number. Okay, so these are running set timeout, both run more or less at the same time. But because one takes 2 seconds, one takes 1 second, this will be completed first, this will be completed second. So the explanation of concurrency is multiple tasks at the same time or overlapping in execution. These are running at the same time as they're ticking down. They're ticking at the same time. This is a great simple example. This is a great example. Are we learning, guys? Okay, we're gonna check what the chat says. What, 23 people in chat? This is like my world record. And then the people are chatting in the chat, chatting about there is only 4 loops in Go. Only one loop type. Super soy and chill. So I'll ask ChatGPT, can you show me an example with multiple while loops? Is that what you call it? While loops. Can it do this? While because it could async while loop 1 count equals 0 loop. So we're running loop. If count is more than 5, console log, and then add one more. Set immediate. Allows other asynchronous tasks to run concurrently. What's set immediate? Oh, this is getting messy now. It's getting a lot. There's a lot of mess here, guys. Set immediate. Is that a Node.js? This is new stuff, guys. I've never seen this. Set when you want to execute some piece of code asynchronously, but as soon as possible. One option is to use the set immediate. So we don't care about what's running at this time. This will run straight away. Loop. We're setting. So we're running loop. Okay, this is understandable. We don't care what's happening. What node is running, we will set immediate, which means that we just run loop again until it goes to 5. Once it goes to 5, loop 1 is completed. So if it's less than 5, you just keep running this loop. Set immediate will not care about what the second loop is doing. The second async while loop. Okay, why are we doing this? Async task dot then. Okay, it's just showing that this is a task that would run in 2 seconds. It's getting a little messy here, but I'm kind of understanding how it could work, or why would you want this in a server-side program. But I'm a soy dev. I just do CRUD APIs. This is some high-end, high-level stuff for me, guys. Let's check what chat says before we go into the cocoichi curry discussion. We're going to go cocoichi curry, but we're going to go... We're going to go cocoichi curry, but first... No, don't dox me. I want to tell you what I had today for dinner, and I want to show you some cocoichi curry. But first I want to check what people are saying in the chat. Go is not for web dev, it's more back-end stuff. I want to check what chat's saying. Can you do many Go routines with one thread of the CPU? Not sure. There is no async or await stuff at all, by the way. It's fundamentally different. Yeah, that's why when I try Go, I think I don't know if I'll get it straight away, because things might be quite different to Node.js. I can send multiple functions into a Go routine, and they can all be an infinite loop. As long as the main function doesn't return, it keeps running in the background. Oh, that's cool. Shubham says async operations get sorted in queue while they wait for the results. That's a Node.js thing, right? That is a Node.js thing. The queue, the Node.js queue. Just a second. This is the Node.js. Oh, not that one. Explain Node.js queue. There is a queue. Yes, I understand this one. But but I want to quickly go and show I want to check with ChatGPT. Event loop, that's the one it's called, right? The Q refers to the event loop. It's an event-driven language library. It's an event-driven language. The call stack, task queue, event loop. Yep. It says ask ChatGPT for Node.js microtask queue. I guess like set timeout 1. Yeah. Shubham says there's one for async operations and one for promises. Set timeout 0, but I think that's not 0, right? That's like 0.000 something. Promise resolve dot den. Geez, look, I want to talk about curry. I'm getting quite tired of this. If I go into this, if I start looking into, I need a break. I need some 3.5% beer. We need to talk curry talk, guys. This is what happens when you do tech talk for too long. It's quite a tiring task. So we're going to talk about curry for a while, guys. It's curry time. You know what time it is. It's curry time. And today I had myself cocoichi curry, and it was magnifique. Yeah, we're going to talk about spice. We're going to talk about spice levels. Okay? Where's the spice level? Where's the information about spice level? Before we go into the actual curry spice level, we're going to... This is important, guys. This is more important than programming. Programming? What is this? Wait, I need to charge my computer. Just a second. Let me just put in my charger for my laptop. This is important stuff. We are going to talk about cocoichi curry and curry-related things in Japan. Time for a break from all that soy diving with ChatGPT. This is important. If you're not watching the stream, you're missing out. Okay, so we're gonna. Okay, what about the chat? Woodchuck says max level for me is 4. 3 is the best, maybe. No tech talk right now, please. We're talking about. Shu Gyosha says it was my goal for several years to eat the highest level spice 10, but when I got chose, they released the spice. They released 20 now. Look, spice ichi curry. Oh wait, it's not charging. Cocoichi, cocoichi kare spice karasa. There's an image, right? Oh wait, they have a good one. Okay, we're going to look at this, guys. We're not looking at the rice. Who cares about how much rice? This is what we're here for. Guys, let me know. Be honest. What's your level? Before I tell you my level, explain my level, tell me the level you guys eat. And, look, this is the honest, we're honest men here. Some would say, some religions might say sinning is a sin. Of course sinning is a sin. Idiot. You idiot, Tyrone. Okay, we're getting 0. Jason's honest. I like that, Jason. Jason. Are you whiter than me? You have to be. I can at least do 1. Woodchuck says 3 to 4, like I said. Woodchuck says 30. Shu Gyosha's saying level 20. I'm calling lies. How dare you tell me? Look at how many chilies there are. How dare you tell me? How dare you with a Nordic, with a Swedish girl saying it? How dare you tell me you do 20? We're going to see evidence for that. We're going to see, the only way we're going to get evidence is show us the toilet seat. Show us the toilet. Show us the, Okay, Subham says, I'm South Asian, somewhere between 6 and 10. Hey, 6 and 10. Jeez. I think around 5, my internal organs are. Shugyosha says, my Oshiri is immune. Your Oshiri is immune. Yeah, I think your Oshiri is. Look, guys, I'll be honest. I used to do 3. A few years ago, I tried 3, but I'm doing 1 these days. Maybe it's I'm getting older. So is that a thing? Like you used to do 3, and then as you get older, you get weaker to spice. I'm doing 1. I'm doing 1. I love cocoichi curry, but I can't take this anymore, guys. I'm not trying to prove to people how well I can hold my curry. Spice, not curry, spice. You just gotta skill up your spice tolerance, level up. Come on, man. Come on, guys. Shugyosha says, it took me 5 years to reach level 10. Look, I'm not competing in the world curry spice eating competition, and I want to enjoy the spice level. Lately, 1 is kind of spicy for me. When I start eating spice, I get the hiccups. Let's check with ChatGPT. Why, when I eat spicy, am I going to die? Food, I get the hiccups. Say, spell hiccups. Hiccups after eating spicy food are a common reaction to happen for a few reasons, primarily due to how spicy foods interact with your nervous system and diaphragm. Here's a breakdown of why it happens. Okay, a bunch of doctor talk. I get hiccups and I start sweating. So yeah, I'm 1 gang. Okay, it says compete against the Tyrant of yesterday. Yeah. I think it's a genetic thing as well, maybe. If you grew up on spice, then I think you can probably get the 6, 10, 15. Like I know there's guys I know there's Indian guys that tell me they can go past 10. It's pretty fine for them. And I guess they live in areas where this is normal. This area is kind of like in this area, there's no 1, 2, 3. There's only 5, 10, 15, 20, and where he comes from. They are pro chili eaters. So okay, that's the spice. I'm a onesies. Okay, I'm a onesies guy. We don't shame onesies around here. Okay, we do not shame onesies. We support cocoichi curry. That's the. Someday they will sponsor. No, they won't sponsor me. I have only 20 or 40. I have 14 viewers, but Shugyosha says, to be honest, past 10, it just gets pain on your tongue and it's kind of numb. Can't tell the difference. Also, maybe there's a point of numbness. About rice, I like the 300. 300 is fine. 300 is enough for me. I don't know why you'd need more rice. I think it's just 350 is a bit too much. 350 is a bit too much. 400, like, okay, this is a bit. More is okay. Easier more, okay. I don't know what you're doing, with your life that you need that much rice, but hey, there are people out there, maybe Osumo-san or someone of that nature. And now, guys, tell me the curry. Which one is it? Shugyosha says, more rice helps with spicier because there's more rice sauce ratio. Okay, that's a technique. Shubham says, some people in India eat raw green chilies with their food. So that checks out. Yeah. Yep, they do. I think anyway, sometimes I feel like they also give you more sauce. Oh, okay. Oh, hayashi rice. Okay, come on, guys. Come on. I know that there are some people around the world here that have rice specialties, but Japanese rice is the best rice in the world. That is my experience, Japanese rice is the best rice in the world. You can call me racist for that. You can call me gay. Oh, no, that's nothing to do with gay. You can call me whatever you want, but I'm not going to not say this. Japanese rice is the best rice. Now we're going to go curry areas. We're going to choose curries. And look, I know that some of you guys eat jasmine rice. How dare you call me white rice supremacist? White rice supremacist. I've never heard of that one. You got me good. I'm guilty as charged. White rice. Woodchuck says, I hate jasmine rice is like ants. You're eating a handful of ants. Jasmine rice. Let's look at jasmine. It's got an interesting smell to it, but it's like ants. You're eating ants. That just makes me feel not hungry. I feel like putting my finger down my throat and just putting it all up, just leaving it. I don't even need the carbs. Yeah, this just makes me sick now. We need Japanese rice. Look at that. That is what we need. Look at that onigiri. So yeah, I am a white rice supremacist, and I'm not ashamed to say it. We live in a world today where people just don't want to tell you the truth about things in the world that we live today. And I have to tell you guys, and I might get banned. There might be some IT companies in Tokyo from North American CTOs that watch this. They might think we're banning him. But Japanese white rice is the best. Okay, enough of that joke. I kind of overdone it. Oh, for Chahan, jasmine rice is better? Oh, is that true? Hey, guys, Peter is saying some... Peter's got a take there that I don't know if I can handle. For Chahan, jasmine rice is better. No, but Chinese Chahan's great. Chinese Chahan with... Is Peter being based? Yeah, he is being... He's saying Chahan, jasmine. I don't know, jasmine. What's jasmine rice in Japanese, guys? I want to check you guys. Do you guys know Japanese? And you're going to use ChatGPT or Googling, but jasmine rice. Oh, okay. Peter's got some takes here. He's going to take us to a world we've never been to. It looks like ants. That looks like ants to me, but okay. I don't know. I'll give you this. I don't know. Jasmine rice for chahan? I've never had chahan with jasmine rice. We've got to try it out, guys. You guys got to report to me next stream. Jasmine rice, fried rice. Jasmine fried rice. Woodchuck says, I hated rice as a kid. Turns out I just hated jasmine basmati rice. Now I love in Japan. Yeah, okay. Rice is done. We're going through the curries. Are we going for the spiciness? We're going through the amount of rice and the type of rice, which is, of course, Japanese. We're going through the curry, guys. We're going to open up each one from the left to right. You guys tell me what's good. You tell me what's good. Pork curry. Amakuchi curry. Amakuchi pork curry. Beef curry. Excuse my burp. Cocoichi veggie curry. Veggie vegetables it. And hayashi rice. Look at that. That is great UI there. UI. 646 yen. That is cheap. 700 yen. How cheap is this? Tell me, guys, what is the best curry? You let me know what's up. You tell me what's up. Beef? Pork? You tell me. Duran says jasmine rice is great for Southeast Asian cuisine. Short grain taste whack with Southeast Asian food. Good point. That is a good point. Okay, Shugyosha says pork curry, pork cuts curry plus yasai. So we're going to check pork cuts curry. This is pork cuts curry. This is probably the most, the original, typical. And then plus yasai. And this is the yasai curry. So he gets this one. Yasai curry and roast katsu. Right? Oh no, you don't do the roast katsu. You just do with yasai. So we already clicked on this. The part which now is important. I think pork cuts curry is the best. Pork curry. So pork cuts curry is this one, right? Roast katsu. Roast katsu. Topping. Okay, we're going to look at the topping now, guys. This is the final. Why am I kissing my fingers now? Because this is the final touch to a cocoichi curry. We need images. Where are the images, guys? So we're going to look for topping. I think they might have a nice image on Google somewhere. Cocoichi curry. What are the toppings? Here's the toppings. Right, this is the toppings here. Generally these are the toppings, but oh, you can't see because my face. Let me remove my face for a second. This is quite important. You understand the topping system. Toppings, guys. I'm going to tell you mine. Mine is pari pari chicken wa nai. Pari pari chicken wa nai. Pari pari chicken. Pari pari chicken. I'm looking for pari pari chicken. Okay, there are a few toppings there. I need to know what are the toppings. I like a piece of chicken on mine. On my curry. Look like that. Oh, that is amazing. Okay, so Gyosha says, I gotta go past my bedtime. Oh, Yasumi, thank you for joining. Good night. Yeah, I think the topping is important. Nasu is great with curry. Anyway, that's the curry talk for today. Once we're finished with look, today we didn't go through many questions, so yeah, this is not a good. I haven't been hitting the targets of my questions, which I wanted to clear. We went straight to. Okay, concurrency is something a new thing I came up to. I found out from the chat, but cocoichi curry is OP. That is the food topic for today. Should we just jump to the waifu talk? It's 10:38. Maybe cheese as toppings. I don't know. Yeah. Cheese is good. Cheese, nasu. I always do half yasai and pari pari chicken. Half yasai and pari pari chicken. I like saying pari pari chicken. I'll keep saying pari pari chicken. No one's going to stop me from getting my pari pari chicken. Where's the chicken? Chicken. Half chicken nikomi. Chicken katsu. Chicken nikomi. Is it chicken? No, chicken katsu. A pari pari chicken. There we go. Pari pari chicken. And I'll show you what pari pari chicken looks like. That is pari pari chicken. Cocoichi. Cocoichi. This is the pari pari chicken, guys. Great, isn't it? Pari pari chicken on top. Amazing. They have they added hoarding. So I think that's the cocoichi topic is done for today. Waifu talk is needed. Pause, champ, waifu talk. Waifu talk, okay, we're getting people to talk about the waifu. And we might need, I might need Figma for this one. I think we need Figma. We need a Figma. We need some soy devs. We need some chads. We need it all. I think there's enough tech talk for today. If I talk any more about tech, my head will not work. It's already not working, as you can tell. I want to keep looking at the chat though. So where's my chat? Just finding my chat. Looks yum, says Jason. Looks good. I always make pari pari chicken at home. You gotta make pari pari chicken at home. I'm getting hungry. Get some rice, Japanese rice. Sigma. Out of Pauta says Sigma. Figma wife talk. I was here. We're gonna go wife talk, and we need some Stacy's. Look, all my YouTube videos, I use Figma, and I kind of use this this here. It's all from here. Check someone message me. Someone's messaging. And we need some pictures of Stacy's. Where is Stacy's? Okay, we need to talk about this, guys. This is important. So this is you. This is you, right? This ain't the West. Stacy's, we need Hanako's. Okay, we're going to get the Hanako's then. So this is you. And you can change the color and the nose and the eyes. You know, it's up to you. And we're going to call this guy, you're the average dev. You're the average dev here, okay? You're the average pleb dev. You are a pleb dev. Okay? Does that make sense? You are the pleb dev. I'm one too. We are pleb devs. Okay? Let's be honest. Now I need a picture of I have it somewhere else. I need a picture of the Japanese woman version of Stacy. So we are going to find, the image is called Wojak Woman Japan. That's the one we're looking for. That's what you see in your office. You could find in your office. We are finding different type of Wojak Japan images here. But we'll take that one. That's a great one. And then we will put that in here. So let me find my downloads. Don't worry, I don't download random things on mine. So this is the girls that might come to your company if you work IT in Japan. Lately, if you go through these wantedly, there are some gyaru waifus. And then some gyarus in the office. And these are waifu not for you. Waifu not for you. Waifus in the office. So why are the waifus in the office? What do they do? And I want to show you some examples. So when you go to some Japanese companies, this is all in Japan as well. This is in Japan. And some of these IT tech companies start finding a lot of these waifus. Let me just check if my battery's fine with this. Yes. You might find, this is the, why are there Japanese, why are there waifus in the office? Why are there waifus in the office? Let me just check the timestamp for this so I can make a timestamp for when I talk about the waifu. 1 hour and 40 minutes. 1 hour 40 minute mark is when I talk about the waifu. Waifu Talk. I should write timestamps throughout this. Before that was curry. But why are there waifus in the office? Let me explain to you why there's an increase of waifus in the office. And one honest reason, this is the honest reason now, is they need sales. They need sales, so they get the cutest girls to help with sales. This is nothing new, guys. It's been like this since the dawn of mankind, is to use pretty or cute girls, young girls, in the office. So some IT companies, and usually you can see it this with a small, medium, or large, but you see a lot with these 200 or 100. They get these sales. Another one with IT companies is that. So he's saying, Woodchuck says, in the West they are trying to DI approach these days. Yes, no cute girls allowed. That's true. That's why you get this stuff in America, right? You get this. This is what you're getting. This is what you're getting. I don't even know what this is. This is what you're getting. Right? And then Japan is what's the game, guys? What do I look for Japan? I don't know the games lately that have wives on top of it. There's a one with a shooting one, right? There's a shooting game. What's that game called? Japanese games 2024. Lady Boobies shooting. Genshin Impact game. Dead or Alive. Okay, this is not what I wanted to look for. Whoops. No, the other one. The one with the shooting. Nikkei? Game? No. There's another one. It's more realistic, and there's like a check in it. It's Japanese Games 2024. Come on, guys, you should know this waifu-related games. Shooter game, RPG shooter. Maybe it's here. Okay, I think you know what I'm pointing at to anyway. I don't have to show you the actual game. Yeah, I don't really play these web games ever, guys. Sorry, but anyway, you get the beautiful girls. Here's another one. Tekken 8. What's the girl's name? The coffee girl. What's the coffee's girl name? Who is a coffee? Azucena. You get this, right? You get Azucena's bikini mode as a selectable costume. Not saying she's meant to be the most beautiful girl, but waifu shooters. Yeah, that's the one, waifu shooter. Okay, back to this here. So they hire them. Another one is they want the dev to come back to the office. So they need you to go to the office. So the more you have attractive looking people in the office, the more likely you will come to the office. So let's say this is your house. You're at home. And also because your boss might just be a creep. That's also quite more common than you think. So the pleb devs at home, they want you to come. So they can hire a few Hanako. Hanako is that the name for the Wojak Stacy's? Then, okay, yeah, I'm coming now. Not literally, or not in the sense of body fluids leaving his body, but he's coming in terms of coming to work. And then, Final Fantasy Remake. Okay, let's check this one out. This is the real one. Hey, fellas. Remake Tifa. This is what Japan's making. This is what Japan's making. Oh, there's a toy. Ooh, giggity. This is what Japan's doing. So maximizing on. I better not look too long. I was staring for a little too long there. So another one is to get the pleb devs into the office. That's another one. Some other ones are. So another number 3 reason is that maybe just the CEO is a creep, meaning that he wants to get in on this action. Where's your CEO? CTO or CTO, CEO or CTO, he wants in on this action. And you might think this is primitive way of, Kuma maxing, that's a good one. So yeah, they are, these CEOs also prefer to have cuter girls in the office. They want this. They don't care. Their company's zombie or the company's black anyway, so who cares if they have to spend a bit more to have a few pretty girls? It looks better for the company. So now we have that. And there are some things now that I've seen as, he wants them in the company, and also we're going to find someone below him. His CTO might want it too. It's CTO. A CEO is there because he probably makes the most money, and he probably made it so that you own a small percentage of the company. Now the CEO wants it, and the CTO is like, wow, I've never been around pretty girls like this before. Girls half my age nearly. Let's do it. Let's do what? Just have them around the office. So now you have a CTO Kuma maxing. Okay, CTO is Kuma maxing. Who else is Kuma maxing? Managers. And then these are girl boss girls or whatever. They just say something like, I need a speech bubble or something. How do I do a speech bubble? No, they say something like, I like CSS. Just something like, I like CSS. Great, hired. Come onto the office. We'll look after you. One says, I want to code. Okay. Another one might say, 1 + 1 = 2. And then this guy goes, amazing. And he's going, oh yeah. And then the manager is going, wow. This is not all companies, guys, but there are a few around which I've seen. The manager's going, wow. See, they're going, wow. See, the CEO's going, yes. And well, you have some waifus in the office. And this is a bit dangerous as well, because you don't want to get in trouble, in this. You don't want to annoy them, because they will run to one of these guys and you're done. That is today's Waifu Talk. And yes, I'm speaking like this as if I am the master of the waifu conversations, which, yes, I am the master of conversations concerning the waifu. So that is the Waifu Talk. And there's some things that happen in companies now. So some companies make rules about not. So there's some rules now in companies, and you're going to see the rules now. The rules are one lady can't have lunch with one guy. So they have to make it. Is this only in black IT companies? No, this is in many companies. Lately, I've seen many. And then the rules are, one lady can't have lunch with one guy. This is some in tech companies, because why? Why would that be? You know why? Why do I have to tell guys why this rule was implemented in some of these IT companies? Is that we need to reproduce, and in tech it's really hard to find the waifu. So if you're going to your off, if you can never really talk to any cute girl as a pleb dev, the only way you can is through your company. But if you have a one-on-one lunch, it's suspicious, so you get in trouble. You have to go for with other people. And also the other rules is you can't ask these people out for private reasons. You cannot ask for private meetings to someone. So there are some rules like this in companies, and I'll pick my nose for a second, and I've seen it written in their kind of company rules. So that's why the waifu's in the office, and I hope that could help you. The best thing you do is just keep away from the office. If you go to the office, you will be terminated. Anyway, that's my waifu talk for today. I think that's 9, 10, 2 hours for the stream. I'm not going to talk about my other questions. Maybe I'll leave my tech questions for another time. But I just want to finish off with my Pewdiepie talk. The Pewdiepie talk starts at, what's the time now on the stream? 1:51. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow then. Yeah, hey, also, hey, if you guys are around, then yeah, just come tomorrow. There's gonna be other people who have never met. I'll just DM me on LinkedIn or Discord, and I'll also share on Discord live real time where I will be. And if you're a broke boy, then drinks on me. Shubham says, do you also stream on Twitch? I don't know how to use Twitch, and I don't even know if people are interested in this on Twitch. You guys tell me. How do I do it on Twitch and YouTube? And yeah, so quick one about the Pewdiepie. I saw Pewdiepie today near my station. I said nothing. I didn't want to annoy him. He was with his wife. And yeah, I know he's in Japan. I think he's the man. I like him. But yeah, I don't approach famous people and ask for anything. I think that they have enough people annoying them in their daily life that I don't think it's really it's not what I do. So yeah, just that's my news for today for interesting Japan related news. That's all I've got. And yep, he lives in Setagaya. Yeah, that's what I've seen. He lived in Setagaya. I'm in Meguro, so I don't know why he would come to Meguro-ku area. Not Meguro Station, but a bit further out. So I saw him there. I don't know why he would come around lunchtime. So maybe there was some place he wanted to have lunch. So interesting. He's around here. It's nice to see him in his natural habitat. Woodchuck says, I live in the sticks of Edogawa, the poor boy district. Yeah, it is quite cheap there, right? It is quite cheap there. But you have a river nearby, so that's a good thing about Edogawa. You have a lot of river views. Just hang out by the river. Open a can of super dry by the river, cheap, free. It's good. So I think that's it for me today, guys. 2 hours of streaming, mostly tech, but we switched it up at the end with cocoichi curry, two rivers relatively close, but Edogawa and Aragawa. We closed it off with, we finished this off with a cocoichi curry and also a Pewdiepie quick mini news, Japan mini news. So I hope that the first topics were interesting, or you learned something, or you could maybe you can refresh your knowledge on some of these things. And for me, I learned a lot, and thank you all who attended and who watched. And I have a video coming out maybe in an hour. I'll be posting the video shortly about Rajio Taiso. So watch out for that. Rajio Taiso. If you know what that is, you know what that is. And it's a video I'll be posting later. And the video is about me mandatory Rajio Taiso at a Japanese IT company. And it's a funny one. I'll be showing you that. So I'll release that in an hour. I've got to edit it real quick. And yeah, thank you guys. I really appreciate it. I know there's very few people, but I'll try and do this weekly, once or twice. I prefer twice a week, but I've got to do. We've all got to do. We're all busy, right? So thank you very much. And yeah, that's it for me tonight. I don't have a brofist or anything, but just good night. Oyasumi. I salute, and I will end stream in salute mode. Oyasumi nasai. Hey, and let me learn. A lot of people didn't chat, so I don't know who's in here. Good night. Oyasumi.